Welcome into the broadcast. I'm Samuel Reese coming to you live this evening. And it's day 5 at the 2021 Little League World Series from Williamsport, Pennsylvania. After 2 games that were originally scheduled from yesterday were pushed back to today because of rain. Rain affected those 2 rescheduled games. The one I'm covering between Oregon and South Dakota being one of the affected games. This game was originally slated to start at 3 p.m. Eastern time. This game got underway about an hour and 50 after it was supposed to. And actually, I'll pick up the action live as we are in the bottom of the first inning. And on the full count, ball 4 is thrown, and South Dakota have a man on in the bottom of the first inning. But yeah, thank you everyone for tuning in. This is the winners bracket. Both Oregon and South Dakota won their opening games. You might have heard by now the name Gavin Weir. He was the pitcher for South Dakota in their opening round win against Louisiana, in which he threw a no-hitter through 5.2 innings. The last third of the inning was put away by his reliever. So it was a combined no-hitter officially. You may ask, why did he come out? That's because he had to under Little League rules where you can only pitch a maximum of 85 pitches. So that's that. Oregon, meanwhile, with an impressive victory over Pennsylvania in their opener. And this game taking place at Lamade Field, with another game on the docket at Lamade Field, originally scheduled for 7 p.m. That will also be bumped back a little bit. So South Dakota, a runner on first. And also going on right now is Michigan against Texas, which started way earlier in the day. That was the first game slated today. That started at 1 p.m. They only played a half of an inning, and that's when the rain came. And about three plus hours after waiting around, those teams were able to resume just before this one began, because that game is over at Volunteer Stadium. So I will be providing updates, and I'll even look live into that game as well. So a little bit of bonus coverage for you in this one. And was the batter hit here for South Dakota? That's the question. And it looked like that ball might have grazed the elbow, and I think it did. At the plate was Noah Quincy, and yeah, he'll take his base. So advancing to first is Noah Quincy. And 2 runners on for South Dakota here in the bottom of the first inning, trying to make an immediate impact on offense after beating Louisiana in their opener with that combined no-hitter, as I mentioned. What's going on, Justin? Hope you're doing well, man. A long time no watch. No worries, man. It's great to see you. Hope you're doing well. Appreciate you tuning in over on Twitch. And yeah, I'm doing pretty good. Just enjoying my last few weeks of summer. I'm actually not at my house right now. I'm taking care of my friend's dog for the it is a changed location, Justin, just temporarily. I'm not at my house, actually. I'm at my friend's house taking care of his dog for about 4 days while they're on vacation. So that's why it's a change of scenery. Here's Kason Mediger at the plate for South Dakota. Mediger ready for the 0-1. It's a curveball, popped foul, and no balls and 2 strikes. Yeah, so that's why it looks a little bit different, Justin. Yeah. So now an 0-2 count. By the way, on the mound for Oregon is Chase Kelly. The delivery to Mediger. Another foul ball. That pitch was right down the middle, but staying alive is Mediger. 2 runners on for South Dakota. The winner will move on this side of the bracket and will be just 1 win away from the championship game in their bracket, as this is hit to right field, and the catch is made for out number 3. Nicely done in right field by Ellis Baines. So South Dakota posed a threat with 2 runners on, but Oregon get out of it No score after 1 inning of play from Lamity Stadium in the first of 2 games at Lamity. The second of 4 on the docket today, I should say. And let's take a live look at Texas and Michigan. This game started earlier in the day at 1 p.m. They only got a half inning in before there was a 3+ hour rain delay. And now they're back underway. And Texas do have a girl on the team, and she's quite impressive, Ella Bruning. And she was actually, I believe, just the second female to ever have a multi-hit game at the Little League World Series. She had 2 hits in the opener for Texas when they beat Washington. And she's not even known for her hitting. She's actually known for her defensive prowess as the catcher. And speaking of her, it looked like she got drilled in the knee by a foul ball. So just being evaluated by the athletic trainer as we speak. Thank you, Drew, for tuning in. I'm actually at my friend's house in a few towns over, taking care of their dog while they're on vacation. So that's where I am. So yeah, a little bit of a change of scenery, but no, I'm not at my house. I'm not at my house for the next few days, but still able to call the Little League World Series. Yeah, I am, Drew. Yeah, I've been taking care of their dog since Saturday, and I'll be taking care of him through Wednesday. So yeah, I mainly need to feed him and just bring him out, to take care of business. But so I have to get up early to do that because he usually gets up at like 6 or 7. So there would be no point in going home for the night. But I do go home for a few hours in the afternoon and then come back here to give him dinner and bring him out. But yeah, I have been staying overnight as that pitch is in the dirt. Yeah, exactly, Drew. It is a nice little benefit. I am making some money from it, so that's nice. Can't complain. And there's ball 4 in the dirt. So Texas facing some adversity. They're, by the way, leading 5-0, and Michigan have loaded the bases as we speak. And for those of you confused, there are 2 games going on right now because rain threw off the entire day's schedule. We also have Texas and Michigan taking place simultaneously over at Volunteer Stadium. So I'm just going to be doing some quick check-ins in that game. So some bonus coverage, if you like, as that pitch is inside. The ball nearly got away. I don't think Bruning knew where it went, but it was actually right underneath her leg, and the runners stayed put. This is Michigan's opportunity to pounce. Cameron Thorning at the plate. He's 1 for 1 on the afternoon with a single. His favorite school subject is math, so I certainly co-sign with that. My favorite subject is math as well. As that's outside 2-0. Yeah, exactly, a side hustle. Yeah, I've been taking care of another dog all summer too, but that's just a couple hours in the afternoon as this is a rocket to deep right field at the wall and gone. It's a grand slam for Cameron Thorning, and Michigan are right back into the game. His first home run of this Little League World Series is a huge one, and it's 5-4 Michigan, only down by a run. This was an absolute blast. He got all of that one into deep right field and over the wall. The reaction from Thorning says it all. And just like that, Texas only lead by a run. They were up 5-0, but not anymore. Wow, Cameron Thorning mobbed at home plate with good reason. And it looks like Texas may make a pitching change, and they will. So a pitching change coming for Texas, and talk about an exciting start to this one. It's only the bottom of the second, but it's a 5-4 game, and we've had a grand slam at Volunteer Stadium. The second Grand Slam of this Little League World Series, by the way. And so the starter for Texas went 37 pitches. I don't have the game roster information for these two teams since I was not planning on covering part of this game. But here I am now, and this is already an exciting game. Cameron Thorning with a big-time hit at the plate with the bases loaded. Thank you, Nick, for tuning in. Yeah, you're exactly right, Nick. I'm not allowed to show the game, unfortunately, because of YouTube's copyright rules. So unfortunately, I can't actually show it. If you are in the United States, this Michigan-Texas game is on ESPN, and then the South Dakota-Oregon game is on ESPN too. But yeah, unfortunately, I can't show it. But I appreciate you tuning in, Nick, as I'm just taking a peek into the Texas-Michigan game. This is also part of the winners bracket. Texas and Michigan both 1-0, trying to move on to the next round and put themselves in prime position to make it to the final in their bracket. This year, it's 16 U.S. teams rather than 8 U.S. and 8 international teams. Miles McCarty will take over on the mound. His favorite sports team, the New York Mets. That's interesting since he's, of course, from Texas. And I'll be right back in a moment, folks. Stay tuned. All right, sorry about that, folks. Just had to take a quick phone call, but McCarty comes in for Texas and delivers a 3-pitch strikeout. However, Michigan, courtesy of a grand slam from Cameron Thorning, have made it a 1-run game. All right, let's check back on the feature game I'm covering, which is South Dakota and Oregon. They're actually on commercial break as well. Oh, okay, I understand, Nick. You're not home. That's why you can't watch it. But you're watching from Sioux Falls. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Yes. So they're currently on commercial break, but when I come back, it's back to Lamade Stadium with South Dakota and Oregon facing off. Stay tuned. All right, welcome back into the broadcast, everybody. It's Oregon and South Dakota in the winners bracket of the Little League World Series. This was a game originally scheduled for yesterday, but rain in the afternoon pushed it to today. And so here we are. And even today's game was delayed by about an hour and 50 minutes. But they're finally on the diamond, and we roll on to the bottom of the second inning. On the mound for Oregon is Chase Kelly. And South Dakota will be up at bat. What's going on, Emrich? Welcome in. Welcome in, man. Appreciate you tuning in here on YouTube. I'm glad to bring you more coverage of the Little League World Series. Always a very fun event. The schedule has been a little bit messed up with some rain both yesterday and today, but it'll eventually get back on track. And to the bottom of the second we go. No score at Lamade Stadium. A battle of two 1-0 teams, and the first pitch cut on and missed by Gunnar Alfson. Alfson at the plate for South Dakota. Now the 0-1 in the dirt, and the count now even. Still 2 games later on in the evening at the Little League World Series. There was supposed to be a game starting about 18 minutes ago between Ohio and Louisiana over at Volunteer Stadium, but they have to wait for Texas and Michigan to end their games. So the schedule will be a bit wonky. Everything pushed back a bit as that's hit up the middle. A nice save by Cole Sturgeon, but getting the first safely is Alfson. So the leadoff hitter here in the second for South Dakota reaches base. And it's cool that we have a viewer here, Nick, who is actually from Sioux Falls, South Dakota, where this team is from at the Little League World Series. Gavin Weir threw a no-hitter in 5 2/3 innings, and it would be a combined no-hitter for South Dakota to beat Louisiana in their opener back a few days ago. And lining up for the bunt was Hayden Gorsett. It's fouled off. His dad, Mike, is the manager of the South Dakota team. And it's now an 0-1 count. Hayden Gorsett's favorite school subject happens to be history, by the way. And the 0-1 swung on. It's a chopper down the first base line. Can they make it a double play? Yes! They got him! An incredible effort from Oregon's Cole Sturgeon over at first. He got plowed over as well by the runner Gorsett, but still gets the job done, and he had the double play on his mind the entire way. The quick throw to second, and then back to first it came in the nick of time. That is phenomenal defense, and the throw came from the second baseman, Brayson Fox, and it was a little off the mark. And did that left foot stay on the bag? I think it did from Sturgeon. So quite incredible defense there from Oregon, and the umpire was all over it. And his right foot was on the side of the bag too, and that was a heavy collision over at first. We'll see if South Dakota decide to challenge it. And it appears as though Sturgeon is limping at the end of the play. He did get completely trucked over, really, by Alfson at first base. Nothing Alfson could really do. He was just running down the base path. A big-time collision. The double play converted. And so 2 away, and the base is emptied by this Oregon defense. And it looks like Sturgeon is going to run it off. I swear, some of these Little League players are tougher than the big leaguers. That's obviously the moment of these kids' lives. So many of them growing up playing baseball dream of making it to Williamsport and playing the Little League World Series. And for these 16 teams, it's just special, and they'll do whatever it takes to be on that field. So Sturgeon will continue. And this will bring up Easton Riley of South Dakota. First pitch low and inside, ball 1. Easton Riley's favorite movie, Remember the Titans. That's a good pick. Remember the Titans and Miracle on Ice, my 2 favorite. This is a grounder and an easy throw for Sturgeon to make over to the first baseman, Robertson, and Oregon retire the side. That's the end of the second inning. No score between Oregon and South Dakota at Lamade Stadium in the winner's bracket on day 5 of the Little League World Series. All right, let's check back in on the Texas-Michigan game, which is some bonus coverage for you. They're in the bottom of the third, and it's currently 5-4 Texas. Texas took a 5-0 lead in the second inning, and then a grand slam from Cameron Thorning has brought Michigan right back into this one. So we'll pick it up in the bottom of the third. Couple of pitches fouled off to make it a 1-2 count. This is also in the winner's bracket. Both of these teams 1-0. McCarty on the mound for Texas. Another pitch fouled back to stay alive. Appreciate all of you tuning in. And that's a half swing, hit down the third base line, foul. That's the thing about Williamsport. At both fields, there's a lot of foul territory, a whole lot of it. Obviously, that varies from ballpark to ballpark, but certainly a ton of foul territory. And this is hit through the gap in the middle. That is a great base hit. A single delivered, and Michigan have a runner on here in the bottom of the third. And here's a bunt attempt. The pitcher McCarty's there, and he'll turn the play at second for the easy out. The runner does make it to first, so a sacrifice bunt. And one away. Smart decision there by McCarty, the pitcher. And he did this in a hurry. He got it out of the glove quickly. And the throw came just in the nick of time. And the first pitch to the new batter paints the outside corner. Up at the plate for this Michigan team. Get to that in a moment as this is swung on and it's popped into the infield. The catch is made for out number 2 by the second baseman. Nice work there. Reminder that the NFL preseason rolls on tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. It's the Jaguars and the Saints from New Orleans, Louisiana. Speaking of Louisiana, their Little League team from Lafayette will be in action later on against Ohio. And this is a first pitch swing, easy toss to second. And Texas do well defensively. We're at the midway point of this one between Texas and Michigan. It's been a fun game thus far. Texas with the 1-run lead. All right, back to my featured game that I'm covering, Oregon, South Dakota. It's currently top of the third inning, and we're still awaiting the first run. And that pitch in there for a strike. On the mound for inning number 3 is number 21, Maddox Munson, the starter. And here's his 30th pitch. That's a grounder down the third base line. Throw across the diamond in time. Controlled off the bounce by Gorsett. As Quincy delivered the throw. So one away here in the top half of the third inning. The rain was pouring down earlier in the afternoon in Williamsport, but the sun is certainly back out now. It was also raining pretty hard where I live in Massachusetts. Just the remnants from Hurricane Henri, which at least didn't hit the part of the state I live in bad at all. It was almost completely avoided us, in fact, here in Eastern Mass. As ball 1's delivered. And in the batter's box is the right fielder, Ellis Bain. He's 0 for 1. This is the number 1 hitter in the lineup for Oregon. That ball hit foul to even the count. Four games on the schedule today, and it looks like they're going to get every game in, despite rain pausing the action for over 3 hours. In fact, it was about, nearly 3.5, probably 3 hours, 15 minutes. Another pitch outside. It's now 3-1. That rain paused the Michigan-Texas game, which was only a half inning in, and then delayed the start to this one between Oregon and South Dakota. This is hit down to first base and an easy out. Stepping on the bag is Gorsett. Quick work by the South Dakota defense, middle of the third, and still no score between Oregon and South Dakota in the winner's bracket at the Little League World Series. All right, another check-in on the game over at Volunteer Stadium between Texas and Michigan, where it's currently 5-4 Texas, top of the fourth inning. And up at bat, I should say, is Texas. And that's an off-speed pitch, swung on and missed. A filthy strike three delivered for out number one. And so one away. Remember, in Little League, 6-inning games, so the games do fly by pretty quickly. A lot of them taking 2 hours, if that. I know the Gavin Weir no-hitter game was only about an hour and a half. Here's the 1-0. Just missed. 2-0, as that was outside. This ball hit hard but foul, veering just right of the first base bag. This Texas team from Abilene and this Michigan team from Taylor. And thank you, Ben, for stopping by. I appreciate it, man. You just watched USA Puerto Rico in the U16's America's Cup in basketball. That's awesome, man. Rob Dillingham looks like a future star. All right, I'll keep that name in mind, Ben. That's cool how you got to watch that. So that's going on right now in London. Wow. Very good. That's outside for ball three. It's now a 3-1 count. In the dirt it goes. And a runner on first for Texas. One out, runner on first. Some bonus coverage here of the other game taking place right now at the Little League World Series. Don't worry, I'll get back to Oregon, South Dakota in a moment, but this is just as, if not more of an exciting game. 5-4 Texas lead. We had a grand slam from Michigan last inning. And the first pitch is a strike as Dylan Regala watched that one go by. He was walked in his last plate appearance, scored a run for Texas. That's outside and in the dirt. 1-1. Another pitch outside, and it's now 2-1. Payoff pitch in the dirt once more, and the pitcher actually slipped there. The field conditions have to be taken into account. Yes, they had the tarp out as quick as they could to deal with all of the rain that came. But, of course, even with that, there still can be some issues, as this could be a double play, and it is. Fantastic defense from Michigan, and we're through 3.5 innings. Texas with a 5-4 lead over Michigan. The hit to the second baseman, the quick flip to the shortstop, and then the throw to first. That's beautiful defense from Michigan. 5-4, Texas by 1. It's a good game in Williamsport. All right, back to the featured game, South Dakota, Oregon, where it's currently 0-0. I know, Ben. Yeah, I saw that. West Ham beat Leicester 4-1. That's a surprising result. I know Perez got sent off late in the first half. But yeah, West Ham looking good, absolutely. The dog sitting's going well. Yeah, it's going well, man. Yeah, he's the dog I'm watching. He's currently sleeping right now, so he's behaving well. I fed him and brought him outside before I came on here. So yeah, he's doing good. It's going well. We are currently in the bottom of the third. No score between Oregon and South Dakota. The 2-0. And that'll be a 3-0 count. The pitch thrown in the dirt. Runs are going to be hard to come by in this game, and we've seen that through 2.5 innings thus far. Here's the payoff pitch, right down the middle. Strike one from Kai Carlson, excuse me. Say that 10 times fast. Kai Carlson now ready. Or no, I beg your pardon. That's Chase Kelly. Kelly ready to deliver the 3-1. Swung on and missed. That was an all or nothing swing from South Dakota's Brecken Bidler. And the count's now full. Good recovery here from Kelly after throwing 3 balls to start the at-bat. Here's the pitch, and that's popped in the air, caught by the third baseman, Beckett Hare. Nice reaction by Oregon's third baseman. And there's an out as Chase Kelly continues to deal for Oregon on the mound. Welcome into the broadcast, Ryan. I appreciate you tuning in. 2 games in, Ryan. I would calm down. But yeah, I mean, hey, Liverpool looking good to start. Chelsea looking good. Tottenham have been looking good. West Ham. Anyone but Man City. Yeah. I definitely feel where you're coming from, Ben. I can't stand Man City. Because there's a strike delivered to Boston Bryant. Now the 0-1, no men on, 2 away. And this is popped in the air, center field, diving effort, but it's dropped in center by Luke Smith, and it's a double for South Dakota's Boston Bryant. And the South Dakota crowd erupts. A double, a big deal in a game like this where runs are going to be hard to come by. This was popped in a rather shallow center field, but the problem was Smith was playing in deep center and had a lot of field to cover. And he got under it, just couldn't quite get there, get a glove on it. And so it's a double here for Boston Bryant, and South Dakota have a runner in scoring position. And now at the plate is Gavin Weir, who made all the headlines with his no-hitter back on Friday. That'll be a foul ball on the first pitch. What's going on, Nate? Welcome in, man. All right, we'll see about that, Ryan. We'll see. I mean, I'm not counting out Liverpool. I don't think they're going to win it, but they'll be in the title race, I'm sure. If everyone can stay healthy, they're a legit title contender, I do believe. I just don't think it's going to happen, as Weir cuts that one foul. 0-2. Millwall playing blue. Yep. Yeah, I've seen Millwall play a couple of. I think I've watched 1 or 2 of their FA Cup games in the past when they've played a big team. Different background today. Yeah, indeed, Nate. Yeah, this is actually not my house. I'm at my my mom's friend's house, taking care of their dog while they're on vacation. So that's why it's a change in scenery. But yeah, making a little bit of money, so I'm not complaining. And it's a pretty easy job. He's a well-behaved dog. As the 0-2 is coming up. Oh, that was filthy, but it's a ball. Wow, Chase Kelly thought that it was absolutely a strike. He was ready to walk to the dugout. Meanwhile, South Dakota steal a base. Well, that's smart base running. Chase Kelly can't believe it. Yeah, that looked like a nice pitch. That looked like a strike. And then Oregon, well, complaining, completely lost track of the runner, but it does not matter. Strike 3 delivered this time. Swing and a miss from Weir. It's 0-0 at the midway point. This one is a fun one. Oregon and South Dakota. It's turning into a pitching duel in this winner's bracket matchup. We're at the midway point in this Little League World Series matchup from Williamsport at Lomity Stadium. I'll be back with more of that in a moment, but more bonus coverage for you. Let's check in again on that Texas-Michigan game. It's still 5-4 Texas. A runner on for Michigan, a runner on first. So the leading run at the plate with 2 outs. This game in the bottom of the 4th inning. And it's Cameron Thorning, the guy who hit a grand slam earlier, stepping in. And the first pitch in the dirt. Bruning behind the plate, doing a great job. The 20th girl to play at the Little League World Series. She had a multi-hit game in Texas opening matchup. And she's not even known for her offense. She's known for her great play behind the plate. Arguably one of the best catchers at this Little League World Series. Not many balls get by her, as it's a 2-0 count. And there's a strike. It was low, but found the outside part of the plate in the bottom corner. It's now 2-1. Swung on and missed. The ball gets into the backstop. Bruning slipped, and the runner Atkins takes off and gets to second successfully. So it's a stolen base for Michigan, a 2-2 count meanwhile. Oh, is that right, Ben? I was not aware of that. Yeah, I'm not sure which team it is, but I've got to look at pictures of the new baseball stadium for the Japanese team you're talking about. And there is the final out of the inning. We're through 4. Texas clinging on to a 1-run lead. It's 5-4 in this one. There's a bit of bonus coverage for you, but let's head back to Lomity Stadium in Williamsport, I should say, for South Dakota and Oregon. Let's take a look at the field. In the Hank Aaron bracket, Hawaii are 2-0. Texas and Michigan 1-0. Nebraska, New Jersey, Washington all 1-1. Florida and Connecticut, the 2 teams eliminated. And then the Tom Seaver bracket, you have California 2-0. These 2 teams, South Dakota and Oregon, are 1-0. And one of these teams will remain undefeated and stay in the winner's bracket and take on California in the next round. Chase Kelly leads off in the top of the 4th for Oregon. And this game's still scoreless. Kelly, of course, the pitcher for Oregon this evening. And the 0-1 is upstairs. It's now a 1-1 count. Still out there for South Dakota is the man who started, and he'll actually ask for a new baseball here. It's still a bit wet out there. A lot of rain came through in the afternoon in Williamsport. And it is Maddox Munson, by the way, delivering his 38th pitch of the game, and that's up high. Ball 2. We've got 2 great games going on simultaneously in the winner's bracket of the Little League World Series. This is the Tom Seaver bracket. The other bracket, Hank Aaron, named after legendary baseball players, since there's all U.S. teams at this year's tournament because of COVID. They decided to come up with that idea. and name the brackets after famous baseball players. And that's ball 4 up high. Usually, of course, it's the U.S. bracket and the international bracket. Not the case this year. So Chase Kelly will take his base. Leadoff man in the inning is on with no outs. Top of the 4th inning. And now up at the plate is Ben Robertson. And this is a grounder. Nice play at third. A double play chance, but the throw to first not in time. Noah Quincy tossed to second for the first out, but the runner is safe at first, 1 away. No, Ben, you do not get invited. It's actually extremely hard to make it to the Little League World Series, so you have to qualify, Ben. So first you have district tournaments, which is so first you have to win your district. So each state is, of course, there's 50 states in the U.S., so each state is split into plenty of districts. So first you've got to win your district. Then you've got to win your state tournament. And so then there's a winner, there's a champion from each of the 50 states. And those 50 states are split into 8 different regions geographically. And then the winner of each of those regions qualify for the Little League World Series. This year, the winner and the runner-up from each region qualified because there's no international teams, but usually it's just the 8 winners. So yeah, it's extremely difficult to make it to the Little League World Series. These teams have been playing since the beginning of summer to just get to this point. So it's a huge commitment, and they're on the road a lot, of course. As this ball is hit down the line, foul, just right of first base. 0-2 the count. It's turned into a nice afternoon in Williamsport after rain pushed back the entire day's schedule just a bit. Now the 0-2 on the way from Munson. A curveball upstairs, a check on first, but the runner back in time, and that is Robertson. A ball and 2 strikes. Oh, okay, that's what you meant. Yeah, no, it is that involved. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah, no, it's a big deal. Like, in all of these games are on ESPN through the whole tournament. And even some of the regional games are actually on ESPN before the World Series. So, yeah, ESPN invests a lot into it to showcase the tournaments. And so, yeah, it's a huge deal. It's crazy. These kids are only 12 years old, 12 and, mainly 12, a few 11-year-olds as well. But yeah, it is that involved. A lot of steps to get there, as this is a grounder, flip to second in time, and it's a double play. Great defense, South Dakota, with not their first double play of the game. Middle of the 4th inning, and we're still scoreless at Alameda Stadium. Beautifully done. The shortstop to the second baseman to the first baseman. That is brilliant. The flip to Mediger and then the throw to Gorsett. Middle of the 4th, and this game is turning into one that will likely come down to the wire. All right, another check-in on Texas, Michigan, which is currently 5-4. Carson Martin is at bat. A runner on for Texas. This is hit right to the second baseman and an easy out at first. Any bad coaches losing their temper? Not so far that I've seen at this Little League World Series, although that does happen on occasion, Ben. Thank you, Simone, for tuning in. Viva Italia. There we go. You're Italian. Very good. Very good. All right, I'll be back after a quick break. South Dakota and Oregon. Still scoreless. Bottom of the 4th is next. Welcome back at Lamedy Stadium. It's a pitcher's duel, to say the least. No runs scored yet by either team. Once again, thank you everyone for being a part of the broadcast this afternoon, this evening, is what it's turned into now. And two very good teams, Oregon and South Dakota, both impressive in their own way in their opening games. Back on Friday, Oregon, they showed their prowess on offense. South Dakota's defense was the story in their game, where they had a combined no-hitter led by Gavin Weir. But both teams in this game certainly showing that their defense is quite impressive. So bottom of the fourth, first pitch swung on, and that's ripped foul by Noah Quenzi. It's 0-1 to the number 4 hitter in the lineup, third baseman Quenzi. His dream job is to become a sports broadcaster. So how about that? I certainly have the same dream job. It's a 1-1 count now, as that was outside. He was hit by a pitch his first time up. Now the 1-1. Low and in the dirt. 45 pitches so far for Chase Kelly, Oregon starter. Remember, in Little League, there's an 85 pitch max. Obviously, Kelly nowhere near that. Both pitchers making quick work each inning, it seems like, as that hits the inside part of the plate. Strike 2 delivered. It's 2-2. Curveball swung on and missed. Strike 3, and down goes Noah Quenzi. Chase Kelly with the punch out, one away in the bottom of the fourth. Unfortunately, this year's Little League World Series not open to the general public, only family allowed to attend the games at this Little League World Series because of COVID. Hopefully, we can get back to those great crowds that we usually have next summer. There's been as many as 10,000 fans packing Lamedy Stadium. Alex McKinney up at bat for South Dakota. And he's ready for the 1-0. This is hit high into the air. And a leaping effort in left, but unable to get the out was Corey. It's a single here for South Dakota's Hayden Gorsett. And so a runner is on. And let's see if South Dakota can build off of this. Sorry, Alex McKinney. I beg your pardon. Well, it was a nice effort from Oregon shortstop Crew Corey. He landed a bit awkwardly on his left shoulder. See if everything's all right with him. He appears to be just fine. 50 pitches for Kelly now, and he delivers a fastball strike to Opland Sonitson. Sonitson, his favorite sports team, the Minnesota Twins. A runner on, one out, and here's the 0-1. That's another strike. Chase Kelly not showing any signs of slowing down. A strong start, and he's still going strong here in the fourth. And at this rate, he can go the entire way. The outside pitch, a ball. It's now 1-2. Kelly's working quickly as well. Not a lot of time between pitches. That's up high. 2-2 the count. Nice patience at the plate from Sonicson. This is popped in the air, shallow right center, and on his knees, the catch is made by Oregon center fielder Luke Smith, and the runner stays put on first. 2 away in the bottom of the 4th, and more great fielding by Oregon's defense. How about the South Dakota fans? They're quite intricate in their chants. Excuse me. The South Dakota fans making plenty of noise, the Oregon fans as well. And there's a strike on the breaking ball to Brayson Fox. Fox now ready for the 0-1. Hit down the line, foul ball. 0-2. That came off the bat with pace, but just couldn't keep it in play. And now a chance to end the 4th for the pitcher, Chase Kelly. Oh, and he got hit. He got hit. So Kelly was up in the count at 0-2, but then he drills Brayson Fox, who will take first. And the inning will roll on with 2 runners on for South Dakota. Could this be their chance? Still no score here in the 4th at Lamade Stadium. And this will bring up Bo Kerner. His favorite school subject, math. A lot of these guys, their favorite subjects are math, just like myself. That's inside. 1-0 count, and this pitch coming up for Chase Kelly will be his 60th of the afternoon. And that's hit in the air, left field, caught. Running it down was Carlston. And we're through 4 innings, still no score. It's a good one at Lamade Stadium. Oregon, South Dakota rolls on to the 5th in a moment. And checking in on the Texas-Michigan game. This is also a good one. It looks like Michigan have taken the lead. Right as I turn to the channel, Michigan have taken the lead. They've scored 2 moments ago. As that ball is caught, it was a line drive down the first base line. This game in the bottom of the 5th, 2 outs, and Michigan are up 6-5. They were trailing 5-0 at one point, but they now lead by a run. Yeah, it was a wild throw to home plate that allowed the first run to score, and then the throw got away from the catcher Bruning. And so 2 scored, and Michigan leading 6-5. Wow. What a comeback here. What a game. Now the 0-1. Swung on and missed. It was an off-speed pitch. 2 exciting matchups. Max LaForest is at the plate. He's batting 8th. Hasn't gone on base yet. He's 0 for 2. That's low for a ball. Now the 1-2. Just high. That will even the count. Texas, for the first time, trailing. This is hit down to first. Easy out. Nice defense there. So we're through 5, but Michigan, from down 5-0, have taken a 6-5 lead. Texas need to score a run in the 6th to stay alive in this one. I will get you back out for more bonus coverage of this one once the 6th inning gets underway, and we'll see if Texas can stay alive. But for now, let's check back in on Oregon, South Dakota, the featured game that I'm covering this afternoon. Oregon now up at bat. This game heading to the fifth, still no score. In the Tom Seaver bracket, Maddox Munson ready for a fifth inning of work, and his first pitch of the inning is in there for strike one to Crew Corey. Corey batting in the middle of the lineup. He's 0 for 1. His favorite school subject, also math, by the way. That's chop foul. I really did think I was in the minority of people whose favorite subject was math. I guess not. I mean, I guess at that age when you're like 11 or 12, I guess it's a bit different because I guess once you get into high school, that's when some people change their mind on what their favorite subject is. And there is a no swing punch out, a backwards K for Maddox Munson. Down goes Crew Corey, that is, and one away here in the top of the fifth. Munson trying to continue this shutout. First pitch to Ezra Carlston is fouled off. Oh and 1 the count. So this game in the top of the fifth. But right now, I'm going to provide more bonus coverage. Let's head back out to Volunteer Stadium, where it's the final inning of Texas and Michigan. Michigan leading by 1. And a look at the Hank Aaron bracket. Hawaii defeated Nebraska 11-3 yesterday. And so they await the winner of this one between Michigan and Texas. That game will be Wednesday night, 7:30 Eastern Time start. The loser of this one will still be alive, but they'll head to the losers bracket and play in an elimination game tomorrow, where all of a sudden the road to victory becomes a bit more tough. So the sixth we go, Texas needing to score. First pitch is up high for a ball. And the 1-0 is inside. 2-0 now the count. Thanks, everyone, for being a part of this afternoon's broadcast. This pitch hit down the middle, and that's into the gap. A leadoff base hit, just what Texas were looking for. So a man on, no outs. And we'll see if Texas can build off of the optimistic start to the sixth inning here. Into playing in, I should say, is the Texas defense. The Michigan defense. First pitch swung on and missed. It's Stetson Newman at the plate, and he takes a ball upstairs. 1-1. The off-speed pitch right down the middle. Strike 2 on the 60th pitch of the game. Now the 1-2. That's in the dirt outside. The count is now even to Stetson Newman. And now Newman ready for the even count. I apologize for the background noises. That's in the dirt, and the runner off to second. So a full count, down by 1. Texas willing to take some risks here. Why not? 3-2, swung on and missed. It was high in the zone, the third strikeout of the afternoon for Gavin Yulin, and that's a crucial first out. Thanks, Darren, for tuning in. The South Dakota-Oregon game is actually still going on. I'm just quickly going to this Texas-Michigan game because they are in the last inning. But Oregon-South Dakota is still 0-0, actually, and they're starting the fifth as I speak. But don't worry, I will get back to this one. I just want to check in on the final inning of this Texas-Michigan game, as that's in the dirt. It's now 1-0. That was the first pitch of the at-bat. And another strike. Colton Skiles is the one up at bat. He had a fly out earlier. That swung on and missed. And one strike away is Yulin from the second out. Yeah, no problem, Darren. This game is 2 outs away from ending, and then I'll be back to Oregon, South Dakota exclusively for the rest of it. Just because there's 2 games going on simultaneously, I wanted to check into this Texas-Michigan game, which is 6-5 Michigan. Coming down to the wire. 1-2. Oh, that was a wild one. Nearly hit Skiles. It's back to an even count. A deep breath from Gavin Yulin, the pitcher. And it's pop foul. A grueling at-bat here between Yulin and Skiles. 70th pitch of the afternoon coming from Yulin here. As Skiles takes a deep breath and now steps into the batter's box. 7th pitch of the at-bat coming. And that's strike 3. He got him looking. Gavin Yulin with his 4th strikeout of the night. And 2 away here in the 6th. 1 out away are Michigan from staying in the winner's bracket and remaining undefeated. They were down 5-0 and now lead 6-5. This would be an epic comeback victory if they're to end it here. Just 1 more out needed. We'll see if Yulin can go the complete game. And credit to him for bouncing back after allowing 5 runs in the opening 2 innings. It actually looks like they are going to go to the bullpen. So an interesting decision here. Michigan will bring in a new pitcher to try to end it. So a pitching change being made. Thanks everyone for tuning in. For those of you tuning in expecting South Dakota, Oregon, like I had in my title, I will get back to that game momentarily, but just jumping into the very end of this one between Texas and Michigan, which is 6-5. Michigan in front, top of the 6th inning, and a chance to end it with 2 outs. Michigan in the midst of a pitching change, leading by 1 run. Texas had a 5-0 lead at one point. But the grand slam from Michigan, Cameron Thorning with the grand slam, that's what completely changed the story in this one. Louisiana and Ohio, who were originally scheduled to face off at 5 p.m. on this field, Volunteer Stadium, are just entering the ballpark. They'll get underway as soon as, well, not as soon as this one ends. They'll need some warm-up time, but shortly after it does. And that was a wild first pitch from Cameron Thorning, who hit the grand slam. He's the relief pitcher, and he hit the batter. So 2 runners on now for Texas. And all of a sudden, it might not be all that easy of an ending for Michigan here. So he'll shake it off. And now Dylan Regala steps in. He's 0 for 1. He was walked earlier in the game, scored in one of the 5 Texas runs. And there's a first pitch strike down the middle from Thorning. Now the 0-1. Another strike at 71 miles an hour. It's 0-2. And a chance to end it here for Thorning. Swung on and missed, and Michigan are victorious. A come-from-behind victory in style. 6-5 is the final. Texas not done yet. They will play in an elimination game tomorrow. Action, the Tom Seaver bracket continues later tonight at 7 Eastern time. That's when Louisiana and Ohio will face off. 6-5, Michigan win in comeback style. That will do it for that bonus coverage. And right now it's back to South Dakota and Oregon, the end of this one, where they're in the bottom of the fifth, no score, a man on second for South Dakota. There is a new pitcher in for Oregon, and that is number 17, Ben Robertson. It's now a 2-2 count to Brecken Bidler. By the way, on second is Brayson Fox. Fox now ready for the 2-2. And that's just outside. It's now a full count. Tense moments here in the bottom half of the fifth. The full count pitch. Ball 4 outside and 2 runners on for the South Dakota team. Could this be the breakthrough inning? We shall see. By the way, I apologize for the background noises. That's the dog I'm taking care of. He sees, I think, an animal outside. And so this will bring up Boston Bryant. And also a pinch runner will come in at first. And that is Bo Kerner. 2 runners on, no outs. South Dakota could be in business here in the bottom half of the fifth inning. And that's hit down the line. Fair ball. And the first baseman, Chase Kelly, couldn't locate it at first. He's helped out by his right fielder. But the bases are now loaded. Or no, was the runner hit on that play? Yes, he was, so I apologize. Let's see the replay here. This was wild. Yep, it hit the runner on the foot, so he was out. And so that's 1 away, but runners on first and second now. Wow, so that hit the runner. It is a big out for Oregon, but still 2 men on for South Dakota meanwhile. And this will bring up Gavin Weir, who was the man of the night on Friday when he had a no-hitter through 5 2/3 innings. Time called for by Weir. On the mound here for Oregon is Ben Robertson. One-0. That is a line drive carrying in right field. This is back and gone. A no-doubter from Gavin Weir. It's a 3-run shot. Absolutely smoked to right field. And South Dakota break the deadlock. They lead it 3-0. How about that? What a huge 3-run home run from Gavin Weir of South Dakota. A moonshot, a no-doubter, with 1 out in the bottom of the fifth. He smoked it. After 5 2/3 of innings of no-hit pitching in the opening game, he delivers on offense tonight in their second game of the tournament. This guy can do it all, can he? Wow. That's about as clutch as you can be in a 0-0 game. Gavin Weir with the 3-run home run, and the boys from Sioux Falls, South Dakota, are in front with 1 out in the bottom of the fifth. Wow. So a 3-0 game now, and how will Robertson bounce back? The relief pitcher for Oregon. He allows a hit off the first pitch here. Hit to the left side. It's a single for South Dakota's Noah Quincy. And all of a sudden, the bat's really coming alive for the South Dakota team. This pitch outside to Kason Mediger, who is content with seeing that first pitch go by. There's some confusion on the field. Not sure exactly what happened. Was time called before the pitch was delivered? I didn't think so, but maybe that was the case. Payoff pitch. That's a strike. Outside corner. Yeah, time was called on before that last pitch. So now it's 0-1. Kason Mediger 0 for 1. He bats 5th in the lineup. So right in the middle of the order. And he takes the ball down low. It's now 1-1. 1 out, runner on first. What's up, Ayush? Hope you're doing well, man. Appreciate you stopping by. And the 1-1 is chopped foul. Hope you're doing good, man. It's now a 1-2 count. Oregon trying to limit the damage after conceding a 3-run home run just moments ago to Gavin Weir. That swung on and missed. The base didn't need to be taken, and getting back just in the nick of time was Noah Quincy. So an important second out for Oregon. The runner still on first for South Dakota. Bottom of the 5th inning in a 3-0 ball game. Sioux Falls, where this team comes from, the largest city in South Dakota. First pitch cut on and missed for a strike. So an 0-1 count. Appreciate all of you guys tuning in. A busy day of action at the Little League World Series, especially with the weather delays earlier. That's outside. It's 1-1. Well, no matter what happens here in the rest of the bottom of the 5th, Oregon will need at least 3 runs in the top of the 6th to stay alive. The 2-1 drill to center, and that drops in for a hit. A single there and 2 runners on for South Dakota. Nice contact off the bat from Sonicson. And the inning not over yet for South Dakota. So 2 men on, 2 outs. Robertson ready to deal on the rubber. And he delivers a first pitch strike taken on the inside corner by Hayden Gorsett, the son of the manager, Mike Gorsett. This is baseball, Ayush. Yep, this is baseball. The 0-1 is outside. Hayden Gorsett batting 7th tonight. He's 0 for 1 on the afternoon. The 1-1 was a breaking ball just high. It's now a 2-1 count. He got him with a strike. Chance to end the inning here for Robertson after a 3-run home run earlier in the inning that put South Dakota on the board. That was the first. Those were the first runs of the entire game from either team. That's in the dirt. The count is now full, and what a crucial pitch this is coming up for Ben Robertson. Because if Oregon were to allow even one more run, it would be a very tough situation for them heading into the sixth, where they'll get their last shot at coming back. But no worries about that. Strike three delivered on the inside corner. So we're through 5 at Lamade Stadium, but Gavin Weir's 3-run home run has put South Dakota on the board. Oregon need at least 3 runs coming up in the 6th to stay alive in this one. I'm back with the final inning of play right after the break. Don't go anywhere. No worries, Ayush, man. No worries. I appreciate you tuning in nonetheless. I'll be right back. Welcome back in, everybody. We head to the 6th and final inning. A reminder that there's a great rivalry game in the MLB on tap tomorrow at 10 p.m. Eastern Time when the Los Angeles Dodgers take on the San Diego Padres. The Dodgers have been red hot as of late. The Padres currently outside of the playoff line, but certainly in the playoff picture, battling for that wild card spot. Thanks, Bean Man, for tuning in. Yeah, Gavin Weir is absolutely a stud. Can't argue there. As Nate Cook is up at bat for Oregon, needing at least 3 runs to stay alive. Thank you also, Awuwe, for tuning in. Hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Yep, this Gavin kid is certainly something. Best pitcher in the USA at his age. I mean, unless there's a pitcher hiding somewhere in the U.S. at his age, you're absolutely right. I mean, this guy's unbelievable. He can pitch, he can hit, he can do it all. A 3-run home run last inning may be enough, as it's a 4-pitch walk from Maddox Munson to start the inning. So still some hope here for Oregon in the final inning of play. And now the manager of South Dakota, Mike Gorsett, is coming out to have a word with his pitcher. Maddox Munson was the starter. He's trying to go the whole game. He's had 59 pitches on the night. So it looks like it's just a mound visit here, but Munson will not be taken out just quite yet anyways. No outs, a runner on for Oregon. This is the winner's bracket at the Little League World Series. The winner moves on to face a stacked Hawaii team. And the loser, meanwhile, will take on, I believe, I can't remember off the top of my head, but I believe the loser will face New Jersey. Either New Jersey or New Hampshire. Either way, it's a 1-0 count to Ryan Warhank. Warhank's favorite movie, Major League. Also a good shout. Thanks, Slippery Larry, for tuning in. You're 15, and he pitched against you guys 2 games. Is that right? He allowed 1 hit in 7 innings. Wow. You and him are good buds, really? That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Love to see him representing South Dakota. Absolutely. Absolutely, man. Yep. No, he's a stud, no doubt about it. Here's the 1-2 coming. It's a ground ball to the right side. Flip to first for the easy out. Mediger did well. However, the runner, Nate Cook, does advance to second. So a runner in scoring position for Oregon, 1 out, top of the 6th inning. South Dakota holding on to a 3-0 lead. No, I'm not from South Dakota. I'm far from it, actually. I'm from Massachusetts. Yeah. So I have no affiliation with South Dakota whatsoever. But I just always enjoy the Little League World Series, and so wanted to call this game, especially after Gavin Weir's special performance the other day. This is a ground ball. Great turn to first by Mediger for out number 2. The runner, Nate Cook, over to third base, but just 1 more out needed for South Dakota, and they'll improve to 2-0. No problem, man. No problem. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. I love doing play-by-play for a number of different sports. I'm actually an aspiring sports broadcaster. I want to pursue the sports broadcasting career. So yeah, I love doing it. You live in Aberdeen, South Dakota. All right, very good. I'm not going to pretend like I know what part of South Dakota that is. In fact, the only city I know in South Dakota is probably Sioux Falls, where this team happens to be from. But yeah, I've never been up to that part of the country. I've heard it's beautiful up there. That's outside for ball 2. I think my mom's been to South Dakota. I'm not 100% sure. Here's the 2-1, swung on and missed a fastball delivered by Maddox Munson, and he can finish off the complete game shutout here. 1 more strike necessary. Maddox Munson, can he end it? Not quite yet. It's fouled off. And Chase Kelly extends the game at least 1 more pitch. Aberdeen is in northern South Dakota. Okay. All right. Very good. How bad are the winters up there? Do you guys get like pummeled with snow? I mean, I live in Massachusetts, so we get plenty of snow. I always pictured South Dakota, North Dakota, Montana. I always pictured your winters to be very brutal, especially in the northern part of the state. I'm just curious. Another foul ball from Chase Kelly. Another 2-2, and that's high and away. The count now full. So a full count to Chase Kelly. It's about 2 hours from Sioux Falls. All right. Another foul ball. Got to give credit to Kelly. He's staying alive here, giving it everything he's got. The 9th pitch of the at-bat now coming. Maddox Munson with the windup. Foul ball again. And we will have the 10th pitch of the at-bat on the way. What a battle here between Munson and Kelly, the 2 starting pitchers, in fact. 3-2 again. Ball 4, high and away. That puts runners on the corners. Chase Kelly, his resilience pays off in the batter's box. And now this brings up one of their better hitters, Ben Robertson. And the tying run is at the plate for Oregon with 2 outs. Winter's very, very cold. Snow stays around for about 6 months. Wow, man. Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah. I mean, winters here in New England can be pretty bad, but the winter doesn't stay around for that long because it's not like freezing cold gets about -45, -50. Wow, man, that is insane. Yeah, like here we get some pretty big snowstorms, but it's not nearly that cold. So the snow melts usually within, a week or two, depending on how much we got and what the weather's like. But no, it usually doesn't get below it can get to maybe 10 degrees at the coldest. Even that's pretty rare. I mean, but it never gets below that. Yeah, I could never do that, man. Hats off to you. And it's 2 strikes right away to Robertson from Maddox Munson. No balls, 2 strikes. Can Munson end it here? Yes, he can. Swing and a miss, and that is all she wrote. It's a 1-hit complete game shutout for Maddox Munson. The final score of this one, Oregon 0, South Dakota 3. Another masterclass on the mound, this time from Munson. And South Dakota remain undefeated. Oregon, meanwhile, dropped to 1-1 and will have to play in an elimination game tomorrow. South Dakota fired up with good reason. The kids from Sioux Falls have put the rest of the teams in the tournament on notice. That's for certain. And they'll run to the outfield to celebrate. And tap the statue in center, as is the tradition. All right, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. The wind chills can be -60 or worse. Wow, that's insane, man. Man, that's unbearable. But I appreciate you guys tuning in. Hope you guys enjoyed the broadcast. 3-0, South Dakota with another shutout win. And after a no-hitter the other night, it's a 1-hitter tonight. Yeah, your boys are certainly here to play. No doubt about it. Sorry for the background noise. That's the dog I'm taking care of. It's not usually like that, I promise. Not usually is that an issue on my streams. But I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time. South Dakota win it 3-0 over Oregon. A 1-hit shutout victory, and they remain in the winner's bracket. Sioux Falls showing out here in this tournament. There's certainly a team to look out for in Williamsport. Once again, sorry for the background noises. You have a good night as well. And before I sign off, taking a look at the bracket on the Tom Seaver side, California and South Dakota will face off. Those are the 2-0 teams. Oregon, Ohio, New Hampshire, Louisiana, all 1-1. Pennsylvania and Tennessee, the 2 teams eliminated from the Little League World Series in the Tom Seaver bracket. Well, I had to take care of this dog. I'll see you guys next time. The next Little League World Series game coming up at 6:52 Eastern Time between Louisiana and Ohio. Washington also in action later on in the night as well when they take on Nebraska. I'm Samuel Reese signing off, saying good night. Another unreal performance from Gavin Weir. And on the mound, Maddox Munson was unreal. I'm Samuel Reese saying so long. I have a dog to take care of. 3-0 South Dakota over Oregon. Good night, everybody, and hope you enjoyed coverage of the Little League World Series from Williamsport, Pennsylvania. Who do I think is the best all-around team? Before I sign off, I'll answer that. I think it's Hawaii. But hey, South Dakota, they may change my mind. I'll see you guys next time.